This is a little thing we like to call a post-build inspection, because when you're talking about the peak end experience or the peak end process, what that is essentially saying what people are going to remember in a sales process or their experience with something is the peak of that experience and the end of the experience. And the peak of the experience could be positive or negative. It's basically the furthest deviation away from zero. So in a restaurant scenario, you go out to eat, the furthest deviation away from zero negative could be somebody spills a glass of red wine on your white shirt. That's bad, right? Also, while I'm doing this, just taking a look at some low nails that we're gonna get fixed, because that is not how we do things. But going back to this deviation, right? So red wine on your shirt, that could be a -50 in the opposite direction of what you would want it to be. So within that, in order for me to have a peak experience and provide a peak experience that you're gonna remember that's for the positive, I have to do something that's +51 in order to overcome that negative experience. You know, in a roofing process, that peak experience could be a nail on the driveway where they get a flat tire. That could be, you know, a -50 or whatever it may be. The other piece of this peak end rule is that they're gonna remember the end of their experience. And so whatever you can do to make sure that you provide a really great end to their experience, that's what we want. And so part of how we do that here is by doing a post-build inspection and making sure everything is taken care of in the manner that we said it was going to be taken care of in. And so part of what we're doing here is going through and just documenting all of the things that when I sat down at the table with them and told them that we were going to be doing X, Y, and Z for them, that I'm confirming those things are actually getting done. And I'm going to have them replace this shingle because this nail was stepped on. So what I like to do is I like to tear these teeth so it's quick and easy to identify what they're going to be replacing, because they stepped on this nail and it poked a hole through that shingle. And so I don't want a leak to happen. And so I'm going to have them replace that shingle. I like to try to do this while they're still on the roof so that, you know, we don't have to do a bunch of, or they don't have to come back and all that. But unfortunately I was running appointments all day, and so I wasn't able to get to it. And so now I swung back by after they're all gone. So they're gonna be a little frustrated, they gotta come back. But you have to trust but verify. These guys do a fantastic job, but you always have to verify that they're ultimately doing what you're asking them to do. And that is this piece of the puzzle here as well. I am just verifying that they did what they know they're supposed to do through this process. And I'm just documenting again, kind of everything. So we talk about straight lines, no low nails, California weaves, new ridge vent, new cap shingles, everything sealed. There's new drip edge, all that good stuff. They were concerned about their gutter guards because it's leaf filter. So it's some expensive stuff. And I promised them that we would do the best we could to, you know, keep it protected. And so all of those things that I told them at the table, all I'm doing is just reiterating, hey, I said these things, we did these things, and here's proof of it. So I don't want to just bring down the damage on the front side to try to sell the roof, but I want to create a good ending to this experience. Again, going back to that peak end rule, I want to create a really good peak and a really good end of their experience. And then ultimately, the goal is, at the end of it, they say, fantastic, 5 stars, here's neighbors' names that you can contact. We enjoyed working with you. So that's always the goal. Another nail. So again, I'm just going to document some of this, send to our production team so they can kind of see what's going on. And then last but not least, I'm going to take a little video on this roof as well, send it down to the homeowner. So that's it, peak end experience. So no matter the business, no matter the sales process, no matter the experience you're trying to provide, You always want to create a positive peak and a positive end, because that's what people are going to remember.